Hello and welcome back. I want to tell you that I just posted 4 days ago a video that was saying most mothers don't actually want someone else to take their baby. And in just 4 days, it reached over 5 million accounts. It had 5.5 million views, tens of tens of tens and thousands, 10,000 tens of thousands shares, reposts, saves, hundreds and thousands of likes. And that completely blew my mind because I only just shared out loud something that I was thinking for a very long time. And part of me was holding back because I thought, maybe some people will feel judged if I say this, especially because I mentioned about, when people are so quick to want to help with the baby, hold the baby, especially when they want to have a photo so they can create content with it. But then you're not that interesting when you're saying like, I don't want my baby online. I personally don't post my girls' faces online for personal reasons. Mom life. And I noticed how that kind of becomes uninteresting to people. Anyway, what I wanted to share is that I did not expect for this post, for this video, for this message to talk to so many women around the world, and how many women have been sharing either in their stories when they were reposting my post or personally to me about how they felt this for such a long time and they didn't have the words to explain it to others, or they tried to explain it to others, but then they felt that pushback and they were called unfit mothers, lazy mothers, that you just want to do the easiest thing to hold the baby and I have to clean after you. And I was thinking, just like I have felt for all this time, this shame almost that I should not ask for others. I mean, I was pretty clear my second pregnancy, my second birth, that I only want people to come to my place, not to see the baby, not to hold the baby. They can watch my baby from my arms, but that's it. But only to come and help me with cleaning or cooking or taking my eldest outside for walks. And that's actually how I realized who my village truly was. There were very few people that showed up. And yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I'm actually glad that I didn't just not listen to my instinct, and I didn't just kind of just accepted the help of holding the baby just so I don't feel alone. I'd rather be the black sheep. I'd rather be the weird one. I'd rather be whatever you want to call it, that woman who doesn't want someone else to hold her baby. Unless, of course, I need a shower or I need to go use the toilet and I don't want to have to take the baby with me. That's completely reasonable, of course. I'm not saying completely burn yourself out just to hold the baby. I'm saying I think the baby actually needs the mother more and the mother needs the baby more, rather than having to invite someone over, make sure the house is clean, go and make a cup of tea, cook something. Like, why do we expect mothers to do that? Why don't you think that, oh, she's a mother, she's just gone through this long pregnancy, carried this baby, and now she just met this baby And remember, babies grow super fast, right? They're one day, like every day, they start to look like a completely different being because they grow so fast. And why would a mother have to miss out on those moments to make other people feel comfortable? Because they're more important, because they have to come and hold the baby and have photos with the baby. I just, no, of course, unless the mother really wants that and she feels like her break, she needs a break from the baby by doing chores, that's completely fine. I'm not arguing with any of that. I just wanted to speak something that I personally felt, and then 90% of those 5.5 million people actually agreed with. And it's interesting how many of us, we just try to be quiet to not upset anybody, because if we speak anything, then we are, again, lazy, unfit. We don't know how to mother. We didn't have it hard enough. And I want to challenge that thought. I want to challenge that belief, because I'm not willing to accept it anymore. I don't want my daughters to go through the same thing that I've gone through, and many of us mothers go through, especially when you're a single mom, especially when you are a mom that has her husband work a lot, and then you're kind of like single parenting at home. Especially when you have a husband and a family that just expects you to act like you have no child, but at the same time, like, you know, what? Why are we meant to sacrifice so much? Like, please think about this. The house, cleaning a house, cooking meals, that's a job that anybody can do. That's like, it doesn't really matter who does it. And some people can actually do it better, right? Well, being a mother to a child, that's not something that just anybody can come and take your place. And being present with your child and not just making sure that they survive, right? Like feed them, put them to sleep. That's not like, that's the basic, of course. But when we think about the future of humanity, we have to look at how we raise our children. Because if we don't pay attention today, if you don't pay attention to your child, and you let your child into someone else's hands with full blind trust that they're going to do a better job than you, maybe in some cases, yeah, that's true. But I personally, in my case, and in many other mothers' cases and parents' cases, I don't believe that's the case. I believe that, you know, if we really love being parents, we should do everything that's in our power to be present, because childhood is just a blip in time in the lifespan of a human being. That goes by so quickly. And I don't get how so many people take it for granted. I don't get how and see, as I'm saying this, I kind of like have some examples of dear people that come to my mind that might feel triggered by me saying this, because they value their work, they want to do. And I don't want anybody to feel judged by what I'm saying. I'm just saying, from my point of view, seeing my child just in the evening and in the weekends, that makes that that thought scares me, and it breaks my heart, because already, even being with my girls 24/7, I still feel like time is going so fast. And I'm not willing for anything in this world to give even more time away to someone else instead of having that time with my girls. Like, I want them with me every single day. I want them with me. I want us to build a life together, to see them grow, to watch every milestone. Even if I'm a single mom, even if I have no village, even if I'm not co-parenting, I do not care. This is, like, I found my purpose. This, and helping other mamas do the same if they want to, of course. Again, we don't all have the same calling, and I truly honor and respect that. I'm not saying everyone should do the same, but if you resonate with me, and if you want to find a way to be at home with your babies and you don't know how, then do contact me, because I have a solution. But I'm just, my house is a mess right now, and I'm fine with that, because I know that, you know, the more, like, I've had days when I would just like, okay, I'm gonna do things in the house, I'm not gonna declutter, I'm gonna clean. And I would clean, and it would be clean for a couple of hours, sometimes for a couple of days, depending on where in the house or what exactly did I do. But in that time, I did not go outside of the house at all. While my daughters were asking me, begging me, come on, let's go play outside. Mommy, can you take me to the library? Mommy, can you do this? And it breaks my heart to say no. But I know that at the moment I don't have the help that I want, because even, you know, even this, with the help, you can't just hire anybody, because you have to also find somebody that kind of is in line with your values and honors the ecosystem of the home. And, you know, it's a two-way, right? So until then, I either have to take my time away from my girls in order to get things done, and the thing is, it never gets done. It never gets done, no matter how much time you put into it, because it's a lived-in house, because there are kids, because I have a baby that, you know, I put the toys back and instantly all the toys are already spread all over the place. Kitchen, floor, stairs, upstairs, it doesn't matter, bathroom. And it's almost as if you're sweeping the waves of the ocean. You keep sweeping and then they keep coming back. That's just like, I don't see the point in that. That's something that the more you do it, the more, like, it keeps resetting. You have to start from zero again and again and again and again and again and again. And I do not want to spend my time like this. Well, if I spend my time being present with them, giving them attention, nurturing them, giving them love, and like having conversations with them, playing together, walking together, traveling together, anything, that every single seed that I plant by doing all those things, that compounds in time, and it will make such a difference in the future, in how they grow up, in how they develop, in the trust they build in themselves, in the trust they build in their bodies, in how they will have an impact on this world. Because it's like, I'm the piece of the domino that affects the next pieces of the dominoes, which are like my girls, and then every people that we meet. And, you know, yeah, so I do not take this lightly. I don't take it for granted. I still, it blows my mind that people do not understand how important it is to have a wonderful, strong foundation in our children's childhood. And of course, if you have people that you trust, and you trust to let them spend time with and take care of your children, completely fine. I'm not arguing with that. But if you don't, or if you really feel like, if your heart breaks knowing that you have to go to work to pay for someone else to watch your child, or you have to compromise and stay home while your husband works maybe, and then he you know, he works all day, he's tired, and then he comes back home and he expects you to have the house completely clean just because you stay at home with the children, as if like your children are just like toys that you keep putting on the shelf, and or animals, or I do not get that. And I will never, ever, ever let any man make me feel like I'm not doing enough. Because I know this is a common belief that even I, before I had kids, I thought like, why is she struggling? Because she's just staying at home, right? Because everybody believes that. And it's such a common belief that it's hard to kind of break that unless you are in that situation, when you realize, oh yes, this is a lot of work. Taking care of children is a full-time job. Taking care of the house is a full-time job, especially when you have people in the house or children in the house that keep, you know, like spread things everywhere. You keep eating dishes again. Nobody's cleaning after. Like there's so many multiple jobs that a mom has to do, and it feels like nobody, unless they have to stay with the child and take care of the house at the same time, and maybe homeschool and work on a business and whatever else they do, they don't understand that unless they do that, or try to put themselves in the shoes of the woman who does that, they don't get it. And I'm tired of this. And come on, people, let's wake up. Let's wake up. This is not working anymore. Stop telling me that your mom had 5 children and she had kept the house super clean. Because I want to ask you, was your mom actually happy? Were you kids all happy, or were you just fed and well dressed and the house was super clean? Because I bet, you know, no human being can do perfectly everything. Like something has to give. Is your house more important? Fine, maybe that's your value. And maybe take your kids to someone that actually cares about how they grow up. That's fine. I'm not arguing with that. Yeah. There's a lot to say about this. But I refuse to be quiet about it anymore. I refuse. No matter how many people will try to make me feel like I'm less than, I refuse, because I know what I do every single day for my girls. And I don't care who comes in my house and thinks that they are, you know, they know me better, or they think that I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I made peace with this. I know in my heart, and I know everything that I'm doing every single day, and my house is not a reflection of that. My house is just a reflection of the fact that I lack support at the moment. And I'm not gonna sacrifice the time with my children that is going fast, and they keep growing, and soon they will be adults, and I'm no longer gonna be able to cuddle with them and have the conversations that I have with them at this moment in time. So the house is not more important. Anything else is not more important. So I leave you with this food for thought. Please comment below if you have anything to say. Share the video if you find it of value. Follow me on Instagram at @ICreateAbundance. I want to connect with you. Let's change this freaking world and give more credit to moms, because we deserve it.